Well, hello, hello, hello.
It's early.
I don't know.
Oh, everybody's still here. Huh.
Yeah, we're mostly awake.
Yay. Oh, two. What? Where are you, Darren? UK. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I really enjoyed that when I was in Ireland. It was like by the time everybody was getting up, I was like almost done with my day. So like, and I'd gotten so much done because everybody was asleep on the East Coast, and I was like, all right, well, you got like 3 hours to have meetings with me, and then I'm off.
So nobody's bugging you. That's amazing. We're
Oh, dude,
gonna.
I loved it. I loved being over there.
Is anybody on the West Coast in this call?
No, that was not West
No, not anymore.
Yes, you.
Oh, Jeremy is also in the UK? Huh. I didn't get to meet any of these. Do you guys ever come to Vegas or Florida? Jeremy and Darren in the UK? I guess we're gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go to Europe. No, no.
Well, they have a global there. This year it's in Prague.
Yeah, I want to go in June,
So I
right?
think Tim's going.
Yeah, it'll be June, second week.
Yeah. I doubt I'm going, but I would be really cool. But I haven't gotten any sort of invite yet, so I think things will be crazy enough around here.
Yeah, I think
Enrique,
it's the 11th through the 15th, I believe.
I've got it on the calendar, but I don't think I can pull it off. And next June is my teenager's graduation, so I can't pull that off. So maybe Europe
Mm.
2028. You guys in? We can go see Darren and Jeremy.
Morning, guys.
Enrique,
Morning, Enrique.
I think they have to put their faces on though, so we
They have
know.
to they have to have it in Dublin again. I really enjoyed that.
I want to go to Dublin. Yeah, I'd love to go to Prague too, though.
Yeah, that
Oh,
bar crawl made it on Reddit.
hey, Darren.
Oh,
So
did
nice to
it?
see you.
Yeah. Yeah, people were all over Reddit talking about how the whole block was locked down. They thought it was some celebrity thing going on, and it was
It
just
was. I
Kaseya.
was there.
Kaseya
Oh,
just bought out the block, and yeah, it was all over Reddit.
That
oh,
was awesome, dude. It was completely awesome.
Darren
See
and
if
Jeremy,
anyone,
do you guys go to Connect in Europe?
I'm looking to this year. Yeah, hopefully.
Awesome. Yeah, Prague would be sweet.
I'm thinking about that one too.
Yeah,
anything going on around Italy in June, early June?
I want to go. I want to
Where
meet
else
our. Wait,
showing
you
this
say
meeting
Enrique?
in their calendar? 10 Central.
You're going to Italy, Enrique?
Yeah, I have a wedding June 6th.
Oh, you poor guy.
I really, just because it's the daughter of a very close friend and partner. If not, I would not be traversing the world for a wedding.
Yeah, fair.
I freaked out this vendor yesterday. She's in some part of Spain, and I said, "Hey, I'm going to a wedding in Italy. I need a date."
I'd like to go to Italy. I'll be your date.
Let's do it. Imagine we're going to burn up Italy. There's a two MSPs from the States and Canada burned down the town.
Holy, you guys got a lot of early morning peeps. All right. Good to see. What are we talking about today?
So, quick question,
Oh,
office hours related before we get to the good stuff. So, Tim, you're famous. Someone asked me about you yesterday if I knew you. Now, I just have to remember who. I think it was someone from Garth. Don't quote me.
Oh,
Yeah.
it might have
Do
been
you know?
Chris. It's probably
Do you know?
Chris.
Was it Chris?
It's probably
Yeah.
Chris. Yeah. Yeah, he
So,
used to be a
Chris.
TAM with us. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it's him. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did not remember. There was multiple people I spoke to yesterday, so I was not too sure who it was, but it was Chris then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
He's a
said,
great
I
guy.
think he saw you in Ride a Boom.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, what's it called? He said you were trouble, and I told him I would totally disagree with him. I told him you were on the straight. Hey guys, quick question. So I'm getting a new instance of SaaS Alerts. Is there an easy migration path, or is it just start from scratch? Or
I haven't come
Um,
across that. Ben, are you aware?
if you let us, are you just looking to migrate like your rules and stuff, or what are you thinking?
Well, I'm getting so I'm on the bandwagon of all month-to-month stuff, no more contract stuff. So
Yeah.
uh, I'm the new instance. Hopefully, it's up to date. So as our regular SaaS Alerts term comes
Hey.
to expiration, I'll be moving any new customers I'll be throwing on that tenant, and then anything that's under the contractual one when it ends, I need to move to the month-to-month instance. So
Okay.
what would that entail?
If you're moving customers, it's really just a matter of disconnecting and reconnecting. If
Okay.
you're trying to migrate your rules and IOCs and you need assistance with that, I can help you.
Okay.
Um, and we have a tool that will basically read everything from one tenant and migrate it to another.
Awesome.
Um, it's something we're working on in the back end. It's kind of beta. It's not released to the public or anything, but I can do it for you if you give me essentially the partner ID that you want it to go from and the partner ID you want it to go to. If
Perfect.
you having issues finding that partner ID, it's under settings and you enable the API and you'll see a button that just says show partner ID and that'll be what I'll need.
Awesome. And then will you do it like at an MSP level, or do we have to do it customer by customer?
These are just for the rules and IOCs. So
Correct.
It'll be
Okay.
partner led.
yeah, yeah. So it'd
MSP
be
level.
partner level. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome. Yeah. Once that tenant's up, I'll let you know.
yeah. Not a problem.
Thank you. So officially office hours was office hours. Now we can talk about anything else.
I don't know. It's still related.
No, that is. So that's why I say officially that was office
Yeah.
hours. So now we
Oh
can
yeah.
go Tina
Now we
mode.
cannot talk about office hours.
Yeah. Now we can go Tina mode.
Well, real quick before we do move on to anything else, because there were two asks from the last office hours, and these have been addressed. So I just wanted to, and Enrique, they are both from you, so I'll go ahead and answer since you're here. The one is the principal service accounts being auto included to the stale account guest cleanup or stale account cleanup rule. And again, I told you that I didn't think that we could see that, but and that was actually accurate. We only see guest and members. So the only thing that you would have to do is list out your service principal accounts and then your principal service accounts, and then just email that list to the support team at Manus SaaS Alerts, and they will update your rule for you.
Yeah,
So
that's
they
okay.
can do that. It's just not automatic because we don't have a way to see that actual profile, the distinction. So
Okay. But
Yep.
so is it better to turn off that rule, I guess? Because I have a
So that rule
ton
should be
of,
in manual mode to begin with, right? It shouldn't be in automated mode. It should be in manual mode just because of that's the one rule that I keep in manual mode. And that's simply because all you're doing is cleaning out guest accounts. I'd rather see the manual and approve it than it automatically get somebody wronged.
how do we have it
So
on managed SaaS alerts, Ben?
Probably manual. But the problem is if you leave it on manual and you don't do anything about it, it's just going to run every single night and it's probably going to blow up your ticketing system too. So,
yeah, you got to
um,
action it for sure. You can't just leave it
yeah, I
alone.
would,
So
yeah, if you're not going to use it and it's just going to cause problems for you, just turn it off.
yeah,
You can leave the guest one, on. That's not going to hurt anything. But yeah, the other one, I'd flip it off.
yeah. And then the other ask was about that password trap file example that I showed last week. MSA can do that as well. You just need to create the file in SharePoint or OneDrive and then reach
Mhm.
out to the managed SaaS Alerts team and let them know that you've created the file and you want an IOC for anything that touches that file
Mhm.
to come into the system. So you just got to create the file first because Ben and his team can't do that. So once you create the file, just
Yep.
reach out to them and let them know, and then they'll create the IOC for you.
Yep. Because it's MSA, it all includes configuration management, which is basically we will help you, will gladly help you to create rules or IOCs that you would like assistance with. So happy to help. Cool. Well, Tim, do you want to? Well, I guess first off, does anybody else have any questions, any
Yeah.
things that they wanted to talk about?
I have a quick
Yeah.
question.
Of course. Valerie.
Hi, hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Um, well, we I'm getting a lot of alert for failed login attempts,
Mhm.
and I'm getting about 600 in about 2 to 3 days, and it's just
Hmm.
a lot for me to go through. Some of them I feel are like I don't know if it's an API because sometimes I feel like it's either in the town that they're in or if it's in
Hmm.
Virginia. So I always think it's Microsoft when it's in Virginia for whatever reason. But is there a better way for me to configure those so that I am getting those? Because it is should I then be changing their login or just know that we have MFA on and be okay that we're getting all these failed login attempts?
Yeah. So the way I look at failed login attempts, you can't do anything about them. It could be somebody, it could be a service just failing to log in for one reason or another, or it could be somebody just trying to dictionary attack your accounts. So I use them as proof to the customer that hey,
Hmm.
people are trying to get into your account. There's a really good report for it. I'll see if I can pull it up, but by themselves they're pretty much nothing burgers. They're obvious that they're happening, but you can't stop them. So I dropped them to a low, pretty much every single one of them. But let's see here. Let me see if I can find it. It's called
Well,
the
that also makes me beg the question: Lori, are you in expert mode or quiet mode in your custom alert severity?
Great question. I have no idea.
Can you go on your so in the UI, go to settings on your left?
Oh, then I gotta move my mouse over. I'm there.
Okay, go to your customize alert severity or the alert customization.
What is that under? Users,
Under
alerts, or
settings, nope, it'll be the
I'm
right
in.
below PSA and email. You'll see customize
Oh, custom
alerts.
alert. I was looking up. Oh, I got
Oh
it.
no,
I'm
yeah,
there.
top or left, either way work. Yep, top right
Okay.
hand corner, it should tell you the mode that you're in, and it should either say quiet mode or expert mode in the top in the right hand corner.
Expert.
Change that to
Expert.
quiet. That's what's doing that to you. Change that to quiet mode, please.
oh yeah, that'll blow
Expert
you
mode
up.
is meant for somebody that is literally their whole life is security and noise, and they have nothing better to do all day than to look at those events, and they want to look at everything. That is not your typical internal IT. That is not your typical MSP. You don't need to see 5,000 failed logins. What you care about is if they finally get in after all those failed login attempts. That's what you
Yeah.
care about. The fact that they're being brute forced is very common. You're not going to get past that. So, yeah, make sure that goes in quiet mode. That will kill most of that noise.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, well, what I do like using this for when I first onboard somebody, I do like getting it because then I get I also get all these alerts in my inbox as well. So I wanna, because if someone is getting in, I'm always in my email. I'm not always
Yeah.
in my PSA, but I do forward them to the customer to say, hey, I just wanted to let you know they are trying to get into his account again. Because I had someone that didn't want, to pay for anything and they had someone in
Yep.
their account and so now I'm saying we're watching it for you.
Mhm.
So,
um
so instead of having that bombard you, he's pulling up one
mhm.
report now. There's another report in here called the SaaS Cyber Assessment Report. Just leave those events off and pull that report after a week. You will see every user and the top 10 users that have the failed login attempts. So it'll tell you right away whose usernames have been exposed and are being brute forced actively. So use that
Yeah.
report instead of you getting bombarded with PSA tickets that you have to close or emails that you have to get rid of. That
Yeah,
would
you
be
can
a more
schedule those too.
advantageous way of doing it.
Yeah,
Okay,
you can
and this
schedule
is,
these reports as well.
yeah, and which report is this that you pulled up?
This is the SaaS risk report. This
Risk
is the one
report.
I
Okay.
love this one because it's simple and it's effective. So yours, when you pull this up, you'll probably see them like red dots all over the place, right? And you you can send this to on a scheduled basis, but really it just shows them if you click on any of these buttons down here, it'll show them all the things that generated these. Yours, this is going to show outside approved, but yours will probably show a bunch of failed login attempts. But it's great because a lot of people, they look at their environment like, well, nobody's trying to get into my company's email. I'm a small,
Right.
small customer, right? So I use this as ammunition to say, hey, these people are trying to get into your specific account, and this is why we are offering this service. Or if you're having somebody push back on MFA, I used this when I was at my MSP to like get people to agree to let me enable MFA on their tenants because they were always pushing back. I think I had like 22 people, 22 customers that I had to approach, and I gave them this report, and I think 21 of them said, "Yeah, enable it today." It was like, how strong do you think your password really is? But this is a great one. You can schedule this one. The other one you said was it the cyber assessment report?
Yep. The third section down is the failed login attempt
Yeah.
number. And that's the one that I go off of. It'll be the login activity one right there. Go back up. It's the
Oh
third.
yeah,
It's the third section down.
yeah. Oh, that's
Nope.
unapproved.
Keep going up.
Ah, here we
Right
Laurie,
go.
there.
I'm just letting you know I did add those reports that they are talking about right now
Okay,
to the
Cool.
thing
awesome.
as a test to see what they entail before I actually do a proper schedule for it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, these will typically show your higher value accounts and or higher, target accounts. And so what I usually do is I look at this number and I go like, okay, well, the CEO's account is getting hammered on a daily basis. Let's make sure that he's using a strong password, that his MFA is correctly configured, and then just let him know people are really trying to get in there. But also what we'll see in here is shared mailboxes, like accounts like support or AR, IT, accounting. Those will also show up in there too. And then with those, I use that as ammunition to say, hey, let's make sure that these accounts can't be directly signed into, because typically they don't have MFA, but they're also very high value targets.
Yep.
So, but yeah,
Yep.
the basically the four different types of authentication events you should always be looking out for is just you have your OAuth, you have your obviously your successful authentication, your shell, and then outside approved location. Those are all the four that say, hey, somebody successfully signed in. A preface was saying that failed login attempts do sometimes contain successful authentication events as well inside of them, and they're usually so there's three types of authentications when you're looking at Microsoft. There's successful, there's failed, and there's interrupted.
Mhm.
In our system, Microsoft gives us those interrupted as failed. But you can see in the smaller text below that it says this is a normal part, this normal flow of the authentication. So, when you sign in and Microsoft says, hey, do you want to stay signed in? And you say yes or no, that's interrupted authentication. It's still successful, but it's been interrupted. So you can also include that, but I would also add a filter off of that if that makes sense. And if not, I
Mhm.
can show you an example of what that would look like. So let me see here. See if I can find one.
Thank you.
Sure, sure. Anything you want to add to that?
No, that's the exact rule that I mean you were talking about last week with that one customer. So yeah, it's authentication failure, and then he was doing his region based. So that way we looked at specific regions, and then description details contains this is a normal part of the flow, and if it contains that, that is the technically successful, but means the password's been compromised basically. So it could even be that they were going through they're bypassing MFA through another means. So, but they do have the credential and the password, so you need to get them out of there and reset the password. Is my understanding. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I can get you that a little later on. I can't put my finger on it right now. I'm in the sales tenant and they have a whole bunch of craziness going on, but let me see if I can find a different one. But if not, just reach out to either Tim or I. We can get you
Wait, we
a
just
copy of
created
that.
on the fly real quick. So here, this is kind of what it would look like. So share my
Yeah, I
screen
just
here
want to
real
make sure I
quick.
got the verbiage right.
Yeah, I already got the verbiage. You're good.
All
Failed
right, cool.
login, orgs and accounts, trigger for all, and then type in failure, authentication failure, and then one time within 1 hour filter, and then it's description details contains, and this is a normal part of the flow is the verbiage that is included in that failed login, but technically it's not a failure. They just didn't go past 2FA essentially, so it shows as a failure.
Mhm.
So you're
Wait, hold
looking
on.
for
I gotta take
authentication.
a screenshot real quick. One more screenshot.
Yeah, yeah,
Sure.
please do.
I gotta move my mouse though from screen to screen.
Going to
No worries.
create that. I was going to create that as an IOC as well, speaking to Ben in Discord. Create that as an IOC, and we could use that as a trigger itself.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, once it's
100%
fixed.
could be
Yeah,
could be an
I think we
IOC,
have
could
that
be
under the
small.
Axios rule. I think I added that on in Discord. That
Mm.
was one of the updates I did was to that token theft one using Axios. Yeah, it's adversary in the middle. If you look at that one, I did a recent update to it, and it'll also be in our community library here soon. I also did a pretty big revamp of that.
It's not gonna be that one.
That's not it. No,
Yeah.
that's not a good one. No, that was
Um,
when I specifically got rid of. They're supposed to be updating the community library soon, but that's not been updated yet. I get rid of a lot of ones that, are pretty much useless these days. And added some of the better ones in there. So I don't know if that one's updated or not.
no.
Nope.
Yep. Because I
I'll
remember us talking
post
about
it.
that in some office hours, like
Yeah.
probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And then I know you submitted that bundle to team to fix these. So,
Hmm. Yep.
but yep, it's that authentication failure with that specific verbiage is what you're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, added this right here. This is the kind of the revamped version of it. Is all the normal stuff like the locations they're hitting with the Axios agent, unknown other. I changed this a little bit because they're no longer just using the Global Internet Solutions ASN, but a lot of the times they are using VPNs when they're doing this. So I changed that just to look for anonymous is true. And then I came down and added the failure with this is an expected part of the login flow and Axios. So because and the reason I did this is because this same agent is also being used by a different piece of software to do like dictionary attacks, and it's Axios, but it's not successful. It's just banging on the door. This is the one that will be in the community library, hopefully shortly.
Thank you. I didn't mean to take
Of
up so
course.
much time, but I
Oh
appreciate it.
no, you're
Oh
good.
no, that's what we're
No,
here
no,
for.
that's what this was for.
Yeah, this is
So,
exactly that purpose. So, yeah.
Hey guys, back to my rookie days. I'm looking at my guest cleanup. The only, well, maybe I should look for account cleanup instead of guest. Maybe clean. Still guest account, still account cleanup. Okay. So then the stale account cleanup is the one I need to disable.
yep.
Perfecto.
Jen, I'm getting to your question here. I'm just doing some searching here real quick to figure out where that's going to be at. Yeah. So, Jen, to answer your question, what you did is exactly correct, where you have the contains and then that ADM and then the asterisk will be anything ADM and anything beyond that. So that's exactly how you use that wildcard. So you just want to make sure that you put that in description details, right? Because description details equals the joint description additional. And I'll share my screen here real quick just to make this stand out for you. So in this event right here, Carly is the account that created the event. So I can come in here and I just searched Carly, and this is everywhere that username shows up. And description details equals joint description additional when you're filtering. So all I would have to do is in my rule, all I would do is so I just take Carly here, that, and then go into either IOC or respond, whatever one you want to create the rule for. So we'll just call this admin use. And then again, Microsoft Google, organizations, trigger for all, conditions, and then my success events, right? So authentication success, shell success, click in outside, and then do OAuth for an app. Those are my 4 success events, one time within 1 hour, or however frequently you want to do that. Filter, description details, and then contains Carly asterisk, and then I'm good to go. That will trigger off anytime that user is used in an event for successful authentication. If it's specific to authenticating that you're looking for, if it's a different event, then you'd have to include those events in here, but hopefully that answers your question. Sam, that bullet point should not have been released. We discovered that
Can't
yesterday.
believe I've been lied to.
Dude, hey, listen, I was like, we released future and suppressions, and they're like, no. I'm like, well, the bullet point says that we did on the dashboard, and they're like, oh, we'll fix that. Hold on. So there's actually two errors in that dashboard. So they're going to get that fixed. So that is coming. We are hoping that is coming by end of quarter here. Adam has said potentially this week or next week, so we're hopeful for it. But that's what I was referring to is the future suppressions that we've been talking about. That is coming out to where you can choose the org, choose the user, choose the events, choose the date range, choose your skips, all without having that event occur in the first place. So
Yeah, I
obviously
thought I
it'll be
was
very
going
useful.
crazy. I was looking everywhere in the dashboard. I was like, where'd they put it?
Same.
Where did I need it?
Same.
I
Same,
couldn't
same.
find
We
it.
were doing the same, and then product meeting, they were like, "Yeah, that hasn't been released yet." We're like, "Well, somebody messed up the dashboard." So they're getting that fixed. Same thing here with consolidated basic settings and license type and additional recipients. All of that is going to be consolidated as well. Has not been done yet. So basically, the release notes for 320, please ignore for right now, if you would.
So when are we rolling out a patch for the release notes?
Right?
I
I
need a
have no
patch for my
idea.
patch notes.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome.
What's the difference between description details and description? Description details is joint description additional. Ben, I don't use description all that much. What was the difference there again? I don't
Yeah,
remember, to be honest.
let me show you. I was trying not to step on your toes.
No, 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 you're
So
good. Yeah.
description is right here. This text right here. That's your description is the bigger text, and your description details is the smaller text when you're looking at that. Or if you blow this up, you can see it up here at the top. You have your description, the larger font. Description details is the smaller one. Also, I
That's right. Description is
believe
the actual event that occurred.
correct.
Yeah,
So if you're looking at the JSON, your joint description right here is your main one, and then your details is the additional. But yeah, you'll very rarely filter off of joint of description. Most of the time, it'll be off description details, but it is
correct.
possible. Any other agents that we would look out for? Nothing that's really popped up. There was one that SpearTip found uh, a while ago, but it was mainly used for brute forcing, and it was called fast HTTP, and it was just basically another way for it to really quickly hit the login prompt for Microsoft with a bunch of password tries. It kind of falls into the same line of failed login attempts, so not really much you can do other than encourage your people to have strong passwords and MFA. But always looking out. We do see I was for a while there monitoring for PowerShell and Python and I think Perl, but there's a lot of programs that use it legitimately, so it's kind of hard. You have to like balance it between what's normal, what's not. That is a good question for our AI thing that's coming out pretty soon, as to where you'll be able to interrogate the data to find out, if it's normal for a particular user, if we can get away with enabling it. I'm looking at yours.
My share button's not even. Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
sharing.
I'm looking at
somebody.
Kaseya
Oh, is
What?
somebody else sharing?
What is going on there? That's weird.
I just need
Okay, let me
Tim's.
reshare it and let me stop sharing. Now it
Oh,
stops.
Yep, no more
yeah.
Kaseya.
That
At
okay? That
least
was
you didn't show
strange.
your
Like
bank
literally,
statement.
when I'm looking at the Zoom, it shows you, Ben, and normally it shows what I'm sharing. So that was kind of weird. Okay.
Oh.
Yep. Sorry, I was side questing. I got yeah. So while
No,
Ben was answering that
nothing,
question.
I don't have anything useful to share other than I could share that. Uh, yeah, so this was cool back in the day. Here's the article, and we helped them get all this data gathered up. Basically, they came to me, was it DJ came to me? He said, "Hey, we're seeing this agent pop up a lot, and it's a bunch of failed login attempts. Can you help us out?" And I said, "Oh, sure." And so anything that you guys are seeing that's suspicious that you think is like widespread, please let me know. Happy to investigate and find out, is this affecting more than just your clients? Is this, widespread? And it's kind of like the purpose for the AI agent as well, is in the future for us to be able to say, hey, is this abnormally happening across our entire um, ecosystem. But yeah, he basically found that there's a bunch of IOCs that were related to that, but one of them was the fast HTTP. Oh yeah, see, managed SaaS Alerts team. I used to be in here. I think I was named specifically, but I'm not looking for credit. Uh, cool. Anybody else have any questions or anything? Anything that's top of mind for them? Or there, her, him or her? Well, Tim, do you want to tell everybody what you've been working on diligently?
No, I'm just kidding. No, we're doing the workshop in Vegas. It'll be obviously we did the one at Write a Boom. That was kind of our flagship workshop, if you will. It was not even really a workshop. It was more of a
Easy.
point, click, and discuss. And everyone that went there pretty much got the cert at, didn't have to even take a test, but we're actually working on a legit certification for SaaS Alerts. That's going through all the auditing of that right now. We've got the KCA will be around 7 modules, I believe is the total number of modules. And of course, it's going to go through everything from, why SaaS Alerts, what gaps does it fill from a security perspective, to navigation, dashboard management, noise hunting and analysis, threat hunting, and all that good jazz. We're going to go through each module individually. IOCs, respond, unify, fortify, reports. So we're building a full, very in-depth certification course. And then on top of that, we're also going to have an interactive, I won't call it a workshop anymore because that was the wrong verbiage that I've been told. We're going to have an interactive KCA class at Vegas and also the one in Prague, to which I am teaching both of those. The one in Vegas will actually be all day, Monday on the pre-day. And we will have, I believe it's 4 separate 1.5 hour blocks where, of course, you're going to get like 30-minute breaks in between. You then have, I think, like an hour and a half to 2 hour lunch. And then we have 2 sessions in the afternoon. So I'll have 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. And we're going to be going through all of this material so that way you can take and pass your KCA certification and add that to your lovely LinkedIn profile if you wish to do so. And then also on top of that, what's going to make it interactive is I'm actually working on some games that we're going to play while we're there. So for anybody that's going to be joining me in that workshop, we are going to have some scavenger hunt games and some like left side versus right side of the room type of games from a competitive standpoint to try to figure out scenarios and solve them and things like that. So if you're coming to the workshop, the class for SaaS Alerts, we're going to have a lot of fun in there. So just hope everybody joins us. The ones that are coming, definitely make sure that you guys are enrolled in that workshop. If you're not, reach out to your account manager and let them know that you want to be enrolled in that workshop so you can come and participate with us on Monday. And that's going to be the pre-day on the 27th, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe it's the 27th.
I'll be there to help too.
Yep. So we're going to have a good time. And there will be
Yeah.
prizes. As a matter of fact, we're working on one of the prizes for the final total score between all the games that we play. That company will get a free expert assist on any product of their choice. So that'll be a free professional services meeting with a subject matter expert, and you can pick the product. And of course, you can work on whatever's obviously allowed within that purview of that expert assist. But so we're also going to have like candy and things like that to give away to small gifts and stuff like that. But there are some pretty big stuff that we're working on, and we're even working on a swagger gift giveaway as well. So that way, whatever table has the most points, everybody in that table will get swagger. So we're working on some cool stuff to kind of amp up the participation. So
No Teslas this time around.
No Teslas. No, that would be no Teslas. I mean, I could bring a miniature, like Hot Wheels Tesla if you guys want. So
that's what you should do. Is like whoever wins gets a free car, and it's like you can just have like that'd be like I don't know.
Still have it in the package, mint condition, 0 miles.
0 miles.
Matter of fact, we flew it to get it here.
Can you use it as a collectible?
Yes, it can be used as a collectible. That's absolutely correct. Yeah, we'll even You'll even bring an unopened track so you can race on it.
Oh, fancy. Oh, well, Tim, I didn't have anything really to talk about. Anything
No, this
about
was
you?
yeah, same. This was a pretty slow week as far as new stuff is concerned. So yeah, I mean, we can wrap up early if nobody else has anything else, or if you guys want to talk about something, we can always, I don't want to say the phrase "shoot the," talk about connect or whatever anybody wants to talk about. So
I can
yeah,
turn recording off and then you can talk about
Yes,
anything you want to.
yes, 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 and yes.
all right.
Recording off.
Bye, guys. See you.